really have the time to do that workshop. So I really want to make sure to teach the most important things, and the whole point is to make you create your goal map, because that's going to create the value for you. So goal mapping, actually, this practitioner or this certification came on top of, like, first one certified coach education. I flew to London. I did NLP, if you know about that. I did master NLP practitioner. I did yoga, meditation, lots of stuff. And I think I ended up spending approximately 40,000 US dollars on different coaching programs and education, personal development. Why do I share that with you? The only reason I share that is that I want you to know that I have been searching long and deep to find the best methods. So the method I'm showing you is from everything I learned. It's really the most effective and amazing tools I've ever seen. And it's fun too. So let's start. So this is what I would encourage you to create afterwards. I'm going to show you some examples. Yeah, by the way, it was another obstacle. We have been doing the terrace during the whole weekend. We had a 2-year-old, like the grandson of Sujan, and he kind of had a snuffy nose, and he gave me the snuffy nose too. So if I had to kind of, I'm sorry about my voice, but I'll do my best. Back to goal mapping. So the thing is that we will make a chart to create a goal map. It's an advanced vision board. To the left, you can see we're using like sentences. We're writing the goal. We're going to work on how to create the main goal and 4 sub goals. And we are going to create why you want to do this. So when I do this teaching, I'm going to come back to you. Why do you use Zinzino? Why do you do Zinzino? Because this goal mapping you can use for anything in your life. Is really, you can use it for anything, but tonight's focus obviously will be for Zinzino. And then you can just recreate for any area in your life. So it's going to be, we really have to work on the why, and we're going to work on the who's going to help you, assist you to reach your goal, how to do, like the action list, and the deadline, because a goal without any deadline would just be like a fluffy dream. And then we're going to draw it, or we're going to find pictures. Why do we use the pictures? Because the pictures, they will guide, how can I say, get your subconscious to help you in reaching your goal. Is gonna, maybe you've heard the wording, a picture tells more than 1,000 words. Have you heard that? And it's a lot in that wording, because it's so extremely more powerful if we can involve the subconscious when we want to reach our goals. I'm going to continue. So let's start. I normally call this a 2 minutes or 5 minutes brain science session. And for any of you, maybe Michael, could we do this? And I don't know if Dr. Shabnam is, for anybody or you who already studied, you will, of course, this is very, very extremely simplified, but yet so powerful. Why is it so important that we manage to maintain a positive feeling when we work on our dreams? And that is because the brains will actually submit different kind of transmitters, chemical ingredients, dependent on how you feel. So now I'm showing you 2 brain cells. We have approximately 100 billions of these in the brain. And imagine that every brain cell can connect with 5,000 to 7,000 more simultaneously. If you now can start imagine how many possibilities we have to be creative, to see new possibilities to reach our goals, it's amazing. And actually, when we start thinking a thought, you see the little green dot, it's actually, if you have like a positive feeling in your body, the brain cell will actually start an impulse. And how can I say, the cocktail on neurotransmitters will mainly, it's going to be a big part of what we call hang on, serotonin, sorry, serotonin, and that's kind of the feel good hormone. And it's actually going to work like bridging the gap between the brain cells. How, I mean, how does this affect your goal setting? It's actually going to make you more creative. You're going to see more solutions if you manage to stay positive and have the good feeling whenever you focus on your goals. So you bridge the gap between the brain cells if you manage to stay positive and feel well. If you kind of get depressed, and let me make this clear, I know it's a difficult situation in Malaysia. So I know it might be a, how can I say, it's tempting to kind of think, how can we do this? It's difficult, etc. But if you kind of go into that path and you kind of get sad or depressed or you feel low, then it's actually the brain will actually start submitting some different kind of neurotransmitters where the main thing will be kind of cortisol, which is blocking the gap between the brain cells, which means that you will be, I mean, I'm sure you took an exam. Like everybody has experience, we took an exam and we felt like even though we know everything, we feel blocked because we got afraid, right? That's just one example how we can block the communication. So the whole point with these two figures, I want to emphasize the importance of staying positive, staying, having a good feeling. I'm not talking about this fluffy feel good thing. I'm really talking about neuroscience here. Go back to this is whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. This comes from a book. It's one of the most famous books within personal development. I actually have it here. Maybe some of you read it. It's like Napoleon Hill. He interviewed 100 of the most influential people in the US state. I think he used 50 years or something to do that. I don't really remember. And he came, this is one of the things that the way they visualize, the visualization is crucial to succeed with anything. So maybe some of you are good in sports. I mean, the sport athletes, top athletes, they all use visualization. And if you say to me that, Christine, I'm sorry, I'm not visual, I'm going to give you a tool anyway. But look at Walt Disney. He said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Remember that this whole thing started with a dream and a mouse, right? And Henry Ford, listen to this. It's really striking. If you think you can do a thing or think you can't do a thing, you're right. Okay? So now if we shortcut the whole thing, how can we get to a state where we actually can believe that the setting will be reality? So in my case, I've set a goal. I want to have 100 diamonds in my team in Zinzino. With that, at least 100,000 people, I mean, obtaining a better balance and getting a better health. So it's really like, I really need to stick to my goal setting and have the best tools. I'm just going to show you this very shortly because when we go to school, I'm not sure in Malaysia, but in Norway and Europe, we learn a lot about technical knowledge and the skills. And we don't really learn so much about, you know, the drive, attitude, and confidence. Whilst that's really, really important, if you can divide the best, like the 20% best, dividing from the 80% rest. I'm sure you heard about the 20-80 rule in Malaysia as well and in Hong Kong. It's really only 3 to 4% better performance that's going to divide the best one from the almost best ones. How can we become just a few percentage better? It could be in the follow-up and maybe in Zinzino context, you know what it could be? It could be such as simple that you actually dare to follow up one more time. Because as we know, a lot of people, they say no, maybe no, I'm not sure, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And if we dare to approach like gently, you know, over time, then actually we could have a yes. And I was one of those money, no, 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 and a yes. That's just one example how we can, you know, improve the 3 to 4% to become better. Before we get into the, I'm gonna have to, yes, I'm gonna follow the time a little bit because this is something I'm so passionate about. So I want to teach you all, but let's try to do the global thing. First, just a few points, because Brian Main, when he teaches the goal setting, like science, is really a science of goal setting. He as well teaches some ladders in personal development, because personal development really goes hand in hand how to reach your goals. And the first one is really going to be raise your awareness. What do I mean by that? Just an example. If you looked at my dark blue national costume through those glasses, they're very dark. I'm sure that my blue costume will look darker blue than it looks with no sunglasses. You follow me? And if you take off those sunglasses, you put just normal glasses like I have now, it's gonna look brighter blue. And then I'm gonna ask you, what is the true? Is it brighter blue or is it darker blue? And it's all gonna be dependent on which sunglasses you wear. What's the point of this kind of metaphor? It's really about the world is not always the way you see it, because we always wear some sunglasses. We're wearing sunglasses because we all carry some programs from we were small children. Yeah. And so just as an example, if you approach a person gentle like with Zinzino, and maybe that person doesn't want to join Zoom, says, I want to meet you in person. No, no, no. And maybe that person would be open to do if he had a better day. I know it's a changing culture thing as well, but sometimes if you meet a grumpy person, you might think, oh my God, goodness, this is a grumpy person. I don't want to talk with that person again. The day after, you learn that the grumpy person maybe just lost a dear one right before you call that person. Could that affect that person, the way that person acted towards you? You see, then, and if somehow you're a little bit afraid to get rejected, because we all are, then you might think that, I'm never gonna, lift my phone and ask somebody again because I might have a new grumpy person. But it just might be that the next day that person would be, in a happy mood. And then if you could learn to change somehow some programs you took from your childhood, that could have helped you as well. So develop possibility consciousness. What kind of limitation do you hold today, which could be transferred to possibilities? So tonight in my goal setting, I'm always, when I hear that, Kristin, this is difficult, it's a difficult situation, I'm going to ask you, yes, and what can be done? I mean, could we start approach people from, if Malaysia is difficult, do you know anybody in Hong Kong, in China, in Taiwan, in Thailand? Do you know anybody in any other countries? Or who could you talk with who will be able to go to Zoom to meet you? I'm just trying to make the examples very relevant to your Zinzino business, because I just know a little bit of the culture now. So, and now very short again, the brain science, because when we I have some notes to get this actually. When we grow up, it's really like when we are babies, we have a main frequency in the brain called delta. We mainly sleep, etc. When we come to between 2 and 6 years old, it's really like, imagine that we all are like a downloadable robots. No, of course we're not robots, but it means that if somebody told you when you were 3 years old that maybe you were naughty and you did some bad things, and maybe your father or your mom told you, you're such a waste, you will never succeed with anything, because your mom or your dad was just so, I don't know, didn't know what to do with you because you were naughty. The little child may store that program in the brain and make that a true. Okay, and this is that, and then we kind of need to access the subconscious level in order to unprogram all the limitations we don't want to have. And if we go back to the brain and all the possibility, I promise you that all of you can achieve 100 times more than you believe you can. if we can get some good tools to unprogram things we don't want to have there any longer. And then we all know there are so many different kind of therapies to do this, and we are not going to enter into therapy. But again, with all the searching, and I've been into healing practices, and like tapping and healing and everything. So the reason with the goal mapping, I get so enthusiastic. If you do this over time, you can actually reprogram your as subconscious mind by using the pictures. Is that fascinating? And then you can actually take the charge, because the unconscious, is like this big elephant, just boom. It doesn't judge what you're doing. But if you're telling the subconscious, I'm not going to succeed, the subconscious is going to tell you, okay, I'll make sure you're right. Okay. So we better make really good goal setting. So yes. So I just really wanted to state on that. So we have a little bit background. We need to put balance goal. I'm not going to stay long with this. If this is recorded, you can take this back, or you can simply as well, maybe you should record it. If it's not, you should as well, you can do this because it's a part of any coaching styles. Make your own balance wheels, and you can rate yourself, because from 0 to 10, and we want to have a beautiful balanced wheel. We want to be kind of balanced in the physical health, relation to our dear ones. Like low life. When I say spirituality, it could be any religion. It could be if you're into yoga, into walking in the forest. It could be anything making you feel part of a bigger thing. So that's when you put up the goal, it's going to be balanced. And this I'm showing you now, this is just so important. So now, when I relate this to Zinzino, and again, you can put this to any aspect in your life. If you're running another business, make a goal map for your other business as well. Or it could be for your love life, to improve the relationship with your mom, your son, your etc. We need to really define, why do we want to do this? And then find a why that makes you cry. Or if I should pose you one question, what's more important to you than anything else? Right? And when I dig deep down into my system, after having taken all kind of tests, I just know that if I don't contribute, happy. Of course, I want to have like, nice, nice wealthy things and etc. Good love life and family and friends. But if I cannot contribute, I'm not happy. And that's why I decided to go all in, and I really want to help anyone who wants 100 diamonds. So I really hope it's going to be some of you becoming diamonds, crowns, and whatever you want. But make it enough important, because I promise you, you will find rainy days like maybe you have with the current situation. And the last thing I just want to pinpoint, it is again with the subconscious. And the goal map we will create, this is to program, use the conscious mind, the left side of a brain, to program the right side of the brain. You could actually name it different. I just use the left and the right brain for this teaching. You could call it fast brain, slow brain. It's a lot of different naming, but we really want to use the conscious part. So we want to take charge of the subconscious, because the subconscious is running. If you're not taking charge, it's just going to run according to your programs. And if you have the programs that, hey, he can do this but I can't, know, your subconscious is just going to be like the genie. Do you know this genie? Do you always also have that in Malaysia, Aladdin and the genie? You know this fairy tale or not? You don't really know it? Okay, the genie really says, your wish is my command. So it's just a metaphor. So 7 fundamental law of creation, right? This is really about the science of goal setting. You could as well do this like in the Express Start. We're talking about doing the SMART goals: specific, measurable, attractive, realistic, and time targeted. This is just another way of saying it, but we need to find a method to believe that it's achievable. And then, of course, we need to do the goal purely personal, yeah. Okay, personal. So which means that we can only set the goal for ourselves. I cannot set goals for any of you. You know, I can do anything I can to inspire you, but I can never set your goals. You have to do it yourself. The balance of the goals should be, you know, according to the balance wheel. Yeah, like I just talked about. And then live in the moment and state your goals in the present. Why am I talking about that? The subconscious doesn't understand the past and doesn't understand the future. So the subconscious only understands the power of now. So if I am stating a goal that, like for me, my next goal will be to go, well, yes, royal crown, but it's really about the black crown for me. If I'm stating that I am going to be black crown, I'm gonna state that in the future tense, and my brain is gonna go like, oh, I'm gonna push it forward. You understand? So instead of that, I need to create it. I am black crown December 2021, for instance. So you need to draw the goals into the present. And of course, we need to make them when we write the goals. We also have to make them positive. And I think after my very, very shortcut brain science, that should be explained, you know, because we want to program the subconscious and we really want them to be attractive, because the human brain is really working like go away from something we don't want and we will be drawn to something we do want. So we want the health, we really want to set a goal that we really feel we are attracted against, you know. Yes, we live in a physical time and space, so there will be some lag time as well. So the point is to just maintain the belief long enough that actually the law or the goal is drawn to you. Maybe you know about the law of attraction. I personally really do believe it's a physical law, so we really want to draw on that. Now I'm going to switch and just apply this to Zinzino before we start getting into the how do we create the goal map. Because in Zinzino, we talk a lot about 90-day cycles. And in Malaysia and Hong Kong, we are not really established with an event every third month. The next event that's going to come up for you now will be the leader school. And I'm just going to emphasize on the importance of attending the leader school. I can promise you that you can talk to any black crown, any ambassador, any crown, any diamond, any director. They all follow the education, because this is the place where you really get all the nuggets, the tools, the teaching you need to advance to the next level. Okay, so that's the first thing I really want to encourage. Please, everybody who really wants to grow, push the buy button and buy your ticket to the leader school, and you will find it so worth it. Because what we do as a rule, we always try to rank advance from event to event. So this is just an example. Like internationally, we have the annual event, and that's going to be, sorry, last year it was the 17th and 8th of October. So now it's leader school. It's going to be in June, and then you know, over time, when you open properly up, we're going to put up more events, because it's really about to set a target so it's easier to break down the goals into sub goals. And then it's really about how many personal sponsored partners are you going to target to do, because in this we can we can only put up goals that we can control, and I cannot control you. I don't know. I mean, how many partners do you want to sponsor? I don't know. I can set my goals for the partners and for the customers. And of course, I set an intention. T number, again, is going to be easier when we open like 1st or 3rd of June in Malaysia. But it's really about, you know, how many customers do you have in the team doing recurrent orders and which titles. So this is really something how we can work in Zinzino. And then I always emphasize on the daily and weekly to-do list. Because sometimes you can put up the pictures and the goals, but you need to bridge the gap. You need to bridge the gap between, maybe some of you wants to go gold, some of you want to go executive this month, some of you want to do like maybe the 10 customers, etc. How do you achieve it? So this is an example on my own to-do list. Sometimes I have more points, etc. But I really have on my daily work plan to personal development 30 to 60 days every day. What I mean, I guess you all have access to the Zinzino Go Core. It's a beautiful, it's a wonderful, so many training sessions. Michael and Judith and the whole team with Marvin and Catherine, they're putting up so many wonderful tools for you. Use them to be better, become a better version of yourself. Because of course, the more you know about the product, the more you can really be enthusiastic, the more you will become the magnet attracting to you prospects. Yeah, they will start believing in you. Exercise, this is just for me, I just need my exercise, if not I lose my energy. And about the prospecting, this varies in my case. For the moment, I have been very busy teaching, west and south, and yesterday I had actually Canada with 30 people. So we're arranging that too. So now I have prospecting, like, how do I do that? How can I get in touch with 2 people, connect with 2 people a day? And maybe it's just reconnecting, through Facebook. It could be through some international, because I joined different kind of communities, online communities. Because just like you, I have to work online as well. I have not been able to see people, to meet people for the last year, right? So it has to be online. So in your case, if you really want to target now May, it might be you want to prospect 3 persons a day or 5, but make your number, because this is going to help you. It's going to bridge the gap between the executive or gold and today. Because if you speak to 2 a day, it's just going to start getting much more easier. Follow up with the team, which you're doing in a beautiful way already, administrative and private. So this is a little bit like an example on my to-do list. And then, when it comes to your team, I just put up some, names here. You see, I have some in Malaysia here on my on my target as well. So who wants to go to the next level? And then, so that means that who should you spend time with this month? And obviously this month is really about who qualified for the 200% ECB, because those persons, they really want to do that. And then I will go and spend time with those people and really try to do my best and commit. What can I do to assist you? What can I do to help you to achieve the next level? So maybe you should as well, plan, and it could be like maybe 2 persons in your team, because Zinzino is all about how can we help the team to grow. If you grow, I grow. That's the rule. You follow me on this? And then again, the personally sponsored partners and the customers, etc. So this is just an example how you could work and target. And now coming to the goal map. And this means nothing to you. It looks like a big chaos, right? This is my drawing. And I do this quite some time ago. And I would just want to use it as an example, because my subconscious loves the colors. If I look at something, it has to make me happy. So I painted this, and this in the top. This is a symbol of my big whys. What's important for me? Look at all the happy people. It's symbolized with I really want to make sure to take great care of my loved ones, and you can see all the people here, they're all happy customers and partners. I put some part goal, and this was, when I reached 750 customers in my team, I wanted to go to Paris with Sujan, and we did. Well, that was at the time we can still travel. Hopefully we'll be able to travel again. But, I put some celebration goals. And then, who's going to help me? And of course, this looks just weird to you. But these are kind of, for me, it's very clear who's going to help me to reach the goals. And then it is my daily action points. Can you see the phone ringing? You know, I knew that I had to pick up the phone every single day. And by looking at the goal map every single day, I get reminded. You know, if so, in front of me, I have my goal maps. You know, I have made them. I have different kind of goal maps. I'm looking at my pictures and they are in front of me every single day. So I cannot escape, you see, because those are programming me every day to make the necessary action. This example is a very good one. And now I'm going to come into the very practical part. I mean, in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to cover before we take questions and answers. I'm going to guide you to the goalmapping.com website. You will be able to create one goal map online for free because Brian Main, he's this extremely generous guy. And if you log into the goal map, then I'm gonna as well, I'm gonna forward a link where you can find example how you can build your Zinzino goal map. I think you should be still there. So look at this example. I found this online. This was made just as an example. So look this, 15th October 2025, 2021, I have achieved director and qualified for directorship 2022. That's a nice goal, you know. So you can see this is a picture of one of them. I just wonder if this is Mexico because we were supposed to go to Mexico this February, and of course we couldn't go because of COVID. So now it was pushed to Portugal. So the director trip for Zinzino this year is going to be Portugal in August, September. And by the way, these director trips, they are like 6 days and nights in a 5-star resort. It's all paid for. I mean, the air flight is paid for. It's a lot of leadership education. It's like you have like a um, ball, you have a costume party, you have, it's a wonderful thing to work for. Maybe even didn't cover this yet with you. So this is a beautiful goal. And look at the big whys. I help create balance in the world. That could be a big why. I help my tribe to fly high. I help 1 million children out of poverty and into education. This is actually Hilda Norjan's goals with Zinzino. So by this goal map, just as an example, India, Zinzino is already sponsoring, they were sponsoring 673 students or pupils this year. And because of the crisis, Hilda and Arjan, they just decided to raise the amount to 1,000 this year. Because they say, if nobody else will pay for that, we will do it ourselves. So I just know that this example was made by Hilda, I guess so. And then, you know, so what could be a part goal? I have helped 2 partners in my team to achieve 750 customers in the and achieve diamond. You know, I achieved all the fast start bonuses, etc. I read 10 books and developed my professional business skills. I'm a top recruiter and I sponsor 30 partners. So imagine what would happen with you if you made a kind of goal map like this with your pictures, your big whys, and something that really drives you, and you stick it to the wall and you look at this twice a day, every morning and every evening. Do you think it would affect your day and your actions? And I can promise you it would, right? So again, just examples on how to do it. I have weekly coaching with my sponsor and upline. I listen to GoCore and read at least 30 minutes every day. And my parents will help out with the kids. That's just one example. And then, you know, just like how to do, month 1, I contact 50 people on my name list and I achieve fast start bonuses. Look, it says 50 people, it doesn't say 5. So if you put it on your goal map and it said 50 instead of 5 or 10, I promise you that would to make you rank advance much faster. Yeah. Month 2, 10 meetings weekly, etc. Month 3, accomplish 50 meetings a week. Because Zinzino, and that's something they teach, you know, on these educational events, like if we work part-time, if we manage to expose the product or business to 15 persons a month, that's really going to help you to climb the ladder. So I really like this example. This is just another one I created. So I created one by drawing, and then I created one. Actually, this is Sujan helping me a little bit with like Photoshop as well. And why? Because I love the colors. I really need the colors. And yes, I'm going to be a little bit proud with you. Look at all the crowns. You know, they're actually black. But I cannot have them black because I need the colors. But I just know that when I reach my goals, I will have 5 teams with one black crown each team, you know? And if I can help 5 people become black crown, that's going to be maybe approximately 100 diamonds, and it's going to help 100,000 people to a better health. And then by looking at this, when I have a rainy day, snuffy nose, it's a national day, normally, you know, we would only be like partying in the streets. I can't do that. By looking at my goal map, I get the motivation to get on Zoom with you guys, to do everything I can to inspire you, to get the tools to you to reach your next level. Okay? So this is like again repeat, and this is the templates, and I will actually show where you can find the templates, so you can do this by yourself. So I'm a little bit over time, Michael. I hope you can bear with me for. Can you bear with me for 5 more minutes? And you're free to ask questions on the chat. In the meantime, I will take you. So now I'm not looking at you. I will just take you and show you where you can find this online. So look, and this is the link I'm going to share with you on the chat. I'm going to show you where to find this as well. So if I can find the chat, and I can put this as well in. So this is the link, and you will have to log in. I hope it's still valid, but I think it should be. So if I now look at here, it's all made available for you. And this is, I'm gonna, maybe I have to log in again. No. So what you do, I'm actually gonna show you where to do. Can you see my screen now, Michael? Can you see my screen is okay? So what you do, you click goalmapping.com. This is your entry page. So I will actually share this as well in the chat so you know where to start. So first, when you want to log in, you start with this one. And when you have, you need to create your account. Yes. So this is actually when you get to the start page. Welcome to Brian Main's World of Goal Mapping. His vision is to reach 7 million people with this tool. To help 7 million people to understand the power of creation, to really help people regain the belief that you can reach just so much bigger goals that you believe you can today. Okay, and then if you go to the bronze membership, you can sign up now and enter the system. So this is where you sign up, and once you are logged into the system, then you should be able, well, now I have 2 teams because I follow the program as well. So you can see I have something called Zinzino Leader. And the reason to find the link, if you put goal mapping, well, once you're logged in, I think you need to put teams and 1424, okay? So Marvin, maybe if you could, well, it maybe takes a little bit time to do this, but if one of you can just double check after we finish that you're able to log in and that you can find this, because look here, video begin here. If you're new to positive thinking goal mapping, you will be able to listen to Brian. It's for free. You know, Brian Main is one of the main speakers at the Zinzino events. So it's in-house. He loves Zinzino and the way Zinzino works. So that's the reason he created it. Video 2, watch how to create your Zinzino goal map. Take action. Click here to begin creating your goal map. So you just, and then you can download and print the templates, you see? And then, so create a goal map. It's actually so fun to do it. Since I am a gold member, I'm actually able to create as many as I want. I can simply add a dream, and then I start, you know, I have like 100 diamond in in my team. You can do this yourself, yeah. Sorry, in my team, I click the add dream. First, you add the dream, you can see here, and afterwards you can edit. You click the order, and you click the visualize, and here you can actually you can download pictures. You can watch the videos. You can create your own goal map according to your dreams and your purpose and your reason why you want to do Zinzino. So as I said, you know, I could have gone with you for like, we could have run like a workshop with like trainings and sessions and meditations. I could have done like 4 hours with you. But for now, this was a first touch into my world of goal mapping. So with this, I would love to have your comments, your questions, and your feedback on this. So please shoot. I'm here to listen to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Christine, for the lovely session. I think we learned so much from it. While it's pretty simple that we think we know, but we actually don't know. So thank you very much. And it's such an honor to have you come on to the call during your National Day, and supposed to be a day that you're out there celebrating. What a gift from you. Thank you so much, Christine.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
yeah, I really
Thank you.
hope this was useful for you. And I'm here.
Yes.
I mean, I'm here to do like personalized. I'm certified with this in system. So if anybody would like, you know, start to create a goal map and have some questions, you know, sometimes what should be my main goal and my part goal, it doesn't really matter, you know, as long as it feels strong to you, as long as it really gives you the good feeling and it really like it suits your purpose. It doesn't really matter, but I'm available to help you to put that the goal map if you want to do that as well.
Thank you. Any question, guys? Great opportunity. Go ahead.
No
Who wants to do the
question,
goal
Any
no
map?
questions?
question until we really go in and try it, you know, and really see how it works, really.
Yes, and please do, because again, that's going to be the value for you having listened to me for this 45 minutes. Because if not, it's just going to be another talk. But if you go do the work, you know, create your goal map, I promise you it's going to make a great impact to whatever you want to achieve.
Yeah, today I achieved my first goal. I actually got into the system and create my first customer.
That's great. And congratulations for that. And celebrate. And that's also something I really want to emphasize. Celebrate every customer. Celebrate anybody we can help to get an improved health. Because by celebrating, it's going to reinforce and it's going to be you going to more inspired and you're going to draw more people to you. Yeah?
Yep. Yeah, you really have to try it yourself.
Yes.
And I want to thank, of course, Jack and Marvin actually for helping me in the beginning when I get stuck.
You have such a great team. You have such a great support. And I so much believe in you. And do remember, we didn't even start yet. I mean, you had the ability to start in the pre-launch phase. So please be a bit patient. Visualize yourself 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now. And you could all be crowns, you know, or whatever you want to be. Or maybe you think, Kristin, hello, I want to be more than crown. So I say president or ambassador, whatever you want to be. You have such a great opportunity with Asia rolling out. Anyone else wants to? Marvin, Catherine, GT Tan, Judy, and Jeffrey. So nice to see you all. Chef as well. And Vincent, I saw you as well. Do you have any questions for me? Or if not, just reconnect.
I will update my dream board, and let's all make our dream board and make it come true.
Yes. It's a bit hard to hear you, Marvin, but I got you. Any more closing comments? Well, you know what? I think maybe the most important thing now, just go into goalmapping.com, log in, create your account, make your dream board or your vision. No, sorry, goal map. That's going to make the big change.
Right. I've already launched the page, so I'm working on it now. Great.
Yes, that's good. And it's so fun too.
Right.
And
Thank you for sharing.
Please start dreaming. I mean, yes, because I promise you, last word from me now, even though you said, when I watch my goal map, sometimes when I look at it and I go like, how I'm going to achieve this, I don't believe in it. But then I watched it for the 30th or the 50th or the 100th time, I trick my brain and I start believing. And then it happens. Yeah.
Agreed. Excellent. Well, I think we all have, a lot of goals to achieve, particularly for the remaining half of the year, under such a really weird climate that we have right now. So this tool is definitely going to help a lot of us to guide us through, to navigate us through.
I do believe too. Just use the tool. Use all the videos and everything you can find for free.
Right. That's good. Okay. Any questions? GT? Rizal? Anyone? Okay. Well, on that note, then I thank you, Kristin, for taking your time out during this beautiful day.
And thank you for the comments on my costume.
Thanks,
Lovely.
Kristin.
You look gorgeous in it.
I wish you all a great night in Malaysia. Sorry?
Have a good National Day.
Thank you so much, all of you. I'll go on with the celebration and wish you all a great evening. I'm looking so much forward to continue to work with you all. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Go back to the party. Thank you so much.
I will leave now. Have a wonderful night. Bye for now.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Good night. Excellent. I think that was a very beneficial and rewarding session from Kristin. So I hope you learned something out of it. Okay, guys, all the best. Stay safe. Don't go out. Bye. Good night.